Okay, so inaugural episode. Introduce yourself so that you can set the bar for everyone that comes after.
Oh gosh, it's my least favorite part, but usually I just let the music talk. But my name is Righteous Demeanor, formerly known as Reckless Demeanor. But yeah, I'm a rapper, musician, producer, engineer, creative. Just a guy. I'm a guy.
Just a list.
I'm just a guy.
A list.
I'm just a brother from South London. Yeah, I make music.
Alright, getting straight into it.
Yeah.
Why the change from Reckless to Righteous?
I feel like it's a new era. It's a new era in time. I'm in a new place in my life. I've had the name Reckless Demeanor for a lot of years. A lot of years now. I started it when I started my YouTube channel, and I was like 15 or 16.
What were you doing on YouTube, by the way?
YouTube, I was out here. I was on the YouTube grind, you know. I was just like, I was doing vlogs. I was doing
vlog.
like,
I thought you were like a FIFA gamer. Like you were just gonna be like the next.
Not gaming. I was never on gaming, but like I used to do like, it actually started as a collective of me and my brethren. There was about 5 or 6 of us.
Okay.
And then they were like, yeah, like we're gonna start a YouTube channel, so we're doing like taste testing videos and just
Okay.
like, you know, this kind of stuff that was popping in 2015 on YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, then everyone else kind of was just long. So I was like, bruv, I'm just gonna do this and I'm gonna do it myself, and you guys can come in when you want. And then yeah, it just kind of evolved into music and other things. But yeah, the name change was really just like me kind of growing up a little bit and not wanting to be reckless anymore, and kind of wanting my music to represent me and my message more. Yeah.
So what part of your message is moving towards that righteous element now? Because you said that you were more reckless when you were young.
Yeah.
And now you're moving into this.
Yeah. How
are you changing? Like, how are people going to see that change in you?
I think it's so like, even it's funny, my friend actually sent me a video of my first song. Like we were in college writing my first bars in the studio, and that was 5 years ago. And it was like the lyrics that I was saying.
Was that Please or Give Me That?
That was actually, this was actually a song called what was it called? This was called It's My Family, My Blood. Oh my gosh, I don't even remember the name. Enemy. It was called Enemy.
Enemy. Okay.
If you don't know about Enemy, anyone who knows about Enemy, you're a real OG, because that was my first ever song that I wrote. It was with an artist called, like, this girl called Yolanda from my college. She's so sick. She's still doing her thing. But yeah, so, and the lyrics, I even took it down. You can't find it anymore. But like the lyrics weren't me at all. I was kind of this character. I was talking about like, I got men that carry cutlery. They got knives and no forks, and just like dumb. But it was more just about like me testing the fact that I can write.
Yeah.
And I feel like the older I'm getting, it's more about like, my message is evolving, and I feel like I want people to listen to me, and I want to like inspire people to, and I want to have a message, you know. I feel like I want in 5, 6, 7, 10 years time to be able to put on a song and be like, this is what he stood for, and this is the change he wanted to make in the world, and this is how it affected his music. You know?
It's interesting you mentioned that earlier, like you weren't necessarily writing like yourself.
Yeah.
Because after doing because I've known you a little while, but obviously we don't know each other that well, but for this specifically, I was like, cool, let me put my goddamn like journalist hat on. I went back through everything.
Yeah.
I tried to find SoundCloud, history of SoundCloud, YouTube page. I was going back. I was searching.
Yeah. The fact that you mentioned Give Me That.
Absolutely. I watched the whole video.
Yeah.
I watched that whole video. I saw the boy playing basketball with his shirt off. I don't know who that is, but I saw it.
Big up Maxwell. He made the video.
Absolutely, man. But yeah, I would say like if you went back and watched that, because all that stuff is, granted you took some down, but like a lot of it's still up. Yeah. And it's even on your IG page.
Yeah.
Plug in your social. Even on your IG page, if you look on like the grind highlight you've got, which like goes far back, you can. It's a case of literally seeing progression.
Yeah.
Because like I listened to Give Me That, and I'm like, I don't know who this is. I've never, because obviously I met you in like your, I guess, previous era now, because you're righteous now, but like still. It's weird seeing not how you started, but how you changed with like how times moved. And you kind of orchestrated yourself now as an artist, whereas previously it seemed like you were just trying to be a rapper.
Yeah, I guess
like that's, a good
that's a good way to put it, yeah.
But my question is, why rap in the first place?
It wasn't really a conscious effort, to be fair. Like it was kind of just, I kind of just fell into it. I was making beats. I was a producer. I was a drummer first, actually. I started off as a drummer, And then I went to college. I wanted to do acting, but I couldn't do acting because it clashed with someone else. So I ended up doing music production and music technology. So music production and music performance. And that was when I started making beats. And then eventually I was making all these beats, and I was like, oh, like I can rap to these. I started writing to these beats, and then everyone was like, okay, I bought one into college one day, and everyone was like, rah, like, you can rhyme, you're kind of hard. So I just literally, and then I just kept doing it. And I started writing a song every day, like a verse a day, a song every week.
Is that still your process? Because you got like reels up with like you with your little machine pad, and you're like making beats and stuff, and now you're chopping samples up. I mean, I see that now. But like, is that still your process? Like, you go back and you just think like, I gotta write something.
No, not really anymore. It's a lot less conscious now. I feel like it's kind of more habit at the moment. I think I went through a phase where it was like, I want to hone my craft, I want to sharpen my pen, and I was just writing drills and writing in our song challenges and all that kind of stuff. And now I'm like, I guess it kind of ties into the name change purpose, like a bit. It's like, I want all of my songs to be purposeful. Every lyric I write, I want it to have a meaning, have a message. And I'm trying not to write as much when I'm not inspired to write. So just like when I write, I want it to be like, yeah, I got something to say, rather than just writing for writing's sake, you know.
So like with your upcoming stuff that you're gonna have coming out, it's gonna be more of a focus on, I guess, conceptual stuff rather than like your versatility that you can present.
I guess it's a bit of both. Like, I'm definitely trying to push my versatility. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm a spitter. Like, I love barring. Like, I love flows and punchlines and all that stuff. But yeah, I definitely, I want to create art. I want to create like it's not just an album. It's not just a song. It's a movement. It's a whole piece. It's a whole piece. Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna ask a question later, but I'll ask it now. In regards to that, I know you've got like obviously your YouTube thing with the like doing vlogs every now and again.
Yeah.
You also got a podcast that you do.
I do, yeah.
You're also, seems like you're into like maybe doing videography.
Yeah, trying.
So the question becomes, at what point as a creative do you think you'll ever stick to one lane, or do you think that you want to perfect everything?
No, it's not even necessarily about perfecting it. It's just about doing it. Like I feel very claustrophobic when I'm limited to being a rapper or being a drummer or a producer. I think I just make art, and like whatever format. I've always said, like, even to like a lot of the rappers I talk to, don't get put into this box, because they're going to tell you that you're a rapper or you're a producer or engineer or whatever. But at the end of the day, we're artists, and whatever, like, every artist has a different format. So, you know, like even classical painters and stuff, they might paint with different, like, paint, they might draw, they might use clay sculpture, and I think it's the same difference. It's like, I'm an artist, I might make a song, I might make a video, I might make a beat, but it's all just an expression of my art, you know.
Okay, so if we were to look into that, because as true as that is to the artistry of it all, if I was to say in like a year or 5 years, the concepts that you've made in the artistry you're looking to make, what is your main focus? Is it going to be like an album? Is it going to be like you're trying to make like a short movie, or are you trying to do like
all of the above? Nah, do you know, all of the above. Hey, listen, the book is on its way.
Is it actually? You actually right?
No, not consciously, but something. Yeah. I will write a book one day. Like, hopefully, I think that's on the agenda, definitely.
Would you rather write a book or have a documentary?
Write a book. I'd write a book. Yeah. Definitely. I think I want to have a doc would be cool. I want to produce a documentary. I think that would be cool. But I want to write a book. Yeah, I think that there's so much knowledge in books, man. But yeah.
You just looking to do everything essentially.
Yeah, man. Yeah, why not?
So with that, let's focus on the present.
Yeah.
Just recently, obviously, new moniker, Righteous Demeanor.
Yeah.
Just released 3 a.m. in
Dam Square. Yeah.
What's that saying? What's the movement for that? Because it's released under a new name. It's the first thing you dropped. Obviously, it dropped on the TOT YouTube channel. Tracks on Tap, sorry. The Tracks on Tap YouTube channel. What is that for you? Is that just a single, or is that you saying that this is the first step in a new thing?
It's, do you know what it is? I haven't dropped in a while. I've been quite quiet last year. Last year I was just kind of like, I was grinding. I was doing a lot of behind the scenes work, but I didn't do a lot publicly. And I feel like this one was kind of just like, I wrote this time ago, and I saw everyone doing it, and I've had it ready for ages, but it was like, I wanted to wait for the right time. And with this song, it was just boring. It was just, it's not a song, it's just straight bars, and the whole there's no concept. There's no
it's
like.
Just you emptying the
it's
clip.
just me. It's me like reminding these man that I spit, I rap, and then also paying homage to like I said, you know, before we had ghetto, we all looked up to Kane like Aristotle. It's like I'm saying that like I spit and I'm the GOAT, but like I was influenced by the GOATs and paying my homage as well. So yeah, that's really
for someone who says that it's not like a concept. You got the idea of obviously evolution with the name change.
Yeah.
Obviously paying respects to what came before.
Yeah.
And the idea of that you're still good no matter like how you're gonna come.
Mm-hmm.
My question is in regards to like moving on with this. On the video, I believe Dre Lenses did the video, right?
Dre Lenses, big up Dre.
And then didn't he also do the lemon pepper freestyle?
He did, yeah. I like that. Oh, you're so sick. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm honestly a fan of Dre Lenses at this point.
Yeah, he's hard.
But with this like collaboration, is that something you see continuing in like
100%? You're gonna see more Dre Lenses.
More Dre Lenses.
100%. Yeah.
That's what I wanted to hear. That's got nothing to do with this shit. That's just what I wanted to hear essentially.
Yeah.
I don't want to be big about it and say people want to hear this, but now that you're righteous, the previous you had a whole tournament on just bars and shots, bro.
We did.
The whole thing.
We did.
The fact that it was called Reckless Shots, bro. I'll be real with you.
Yeah, Righteous Shots
don't have the same ring to it.
It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not. But yeah. We actually spoke about this the other day. But yeah, I think like Reckless Shots tournament. If it comes back, if man are ready for the Reckless Shots tournament, it's gonna be Reckless Shots because it's like you can't change that. That's bigger than me at this point. It's like it's the Reckless Shots. It was like a period in time that yeah, man. It represents more.
Even
than
if the concept comes back, my question is, what's your part in it? Are you willing to like dive back into it?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I think I might have. This is my thing about clashing. Like I'm not a battle rapper. I'm not really an MC, to be fair. Like there's men that do this, and I feel like providing that platform for guys is just kind of what I want to do. If someone wants smoke, you can catch it. Like you can still catch it. I'll be real. But it's like, yeah, man. I realized that I don't like putting myself, like I was saying about like the writing thing. It's like when I write, I want it to have like a meaning and a purpose. And I feel like battle rapping, it's like the purpose is to destroy someone essentially.
Absolutely.
And putting myself into that mindset, you know, back to back, it's a lot. It's actually it's quite draining. Especially someone that I don't actually have a problem with. It's like, yeah. So yeah, if someone, yeah, I feel like if I'm battle rapping again, someone can draw me back into that. But I don't think it's like there have to be a problem. Like there have to be an actual problem.
I see where you're going from on this. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put it this way: you've done a bunch of like IG content, social content. Mm-hmm. You're doing shows, like constantly. Yeah. And I'm assuming you're in the studio, like in and out of the studio, like all the time.
Yeah.
Where are you most comfortable?
I'm in the studio.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's where I want to be. I think that's where I'm kind of like building my brand around. Like even just on the back end of things, I want to be in the studio all the time.
Nah, fair dues. I mean, because there's elements to it where like you see a lot of rappers and they have preferences towards certain things. Like a lot of rappers have shows because they have that energy with them. A lot of people like studio work, obviously. Yeah. And it's just that question of, because you're always doing shows, I just had this assumption that, because obviously we don't get necessarily a glimpse into the studio stuff because you got to keep some stuff away from people. Yeah. But like the assumption there would be that like you love doing these shows and that is your comfortability.
I don't get me wrong. I love shows. I love performing. I love like, I absolutely love getting on stage and performing. Like it's something I love to do. But I think I'm a lot. I think it's the thing even about music and like being the face of everything. It's like it's quite like, it can be quite draining. Where it's like you do a show for 100 people, and it's like the amount of energy you have to put into like delivering the energy that you wrote that with and conveying that to 100 people is like, it takes up a lot of energy. And then it's like afterwards you have to like, I don't know, speak to everyone and like, which I love. I absolutely love it. But doing that, over and over again. Like I couldn't like artists on tours where they do like 60 shows back to back. Like that just sounds so draining to me. I can't lie. But I definitely love shows. But I think I love the studio. Like that's where I would.
You calling that home?
That's where I would be all the time. Yeah,
makes sense. Moving on from that, I want to know specifically, like in regards to how you come up with this. You've been going from obviously starting off writing as a creative outlet to just perfecting your pen to now like becoming an artist that has purpose in your words, right? I want to know who's inspired you specifically, both for not just starting this stuff, but I mean like now for this big change, because it is a change for you. I want to know like who's inspired you both musically and non-musically for this change.
Boy,
this is what you say. No one inspires me.
No, it's not even that. I think it's the opposite. It's like there's so many inspirations. I think I pride myself on like being inspired by my surroundings. So it's like, of course, everyone I mentioned in 3 p.m. in Dam Square, like Wretch, Avelino, Getz, Kano, like all of the legends, UK legends,
kings,
like the kings of rap. And then it's like even outside of across the river, you look at J. Cole's and Drake's and Kendrick's and like these people that are like Jay-Z's even, like that are just have perfected their craft to a level where it's like no one can say anything to them. And I feel like those are massive inspirations for me. And I feel like alongside that, it's my peers. Like, when I go to a show and I see Sykes do a Pretty Privilege and he shuts it down, I'm like, damn. Like, or like I see a DCN or a Shakes or, like it's being around my peers. I think it constantly pushes me to grow and evolve as an artist and, as a rapper. So yeah, I don't think there's one inspiration. It's everyone around me really.
What's that like for you as a community to see, like, because I've obviously been to a couple of Tracks on Tap shows and I've seen like the talent that can be there, but like, as you mentioned, people like Sykes, people like Shakes, who's like so young, but like shells it every time. Yeah. Because obviously when I met you, you were like, I think like 19, 18, 19?
Yeah, so like 18 maybe.
Yeah,
first year uni.
And
19, I would have been 19, yeah.
I looked at you, I heard your song and I went, you're young as fuck and you sound too seasoned. And then through you, I get introduced to people like Sykes and Shakes. Yeah. And I hear Shake I think I watched like an IG reel of Shakes doing like a freestyle and I was just like, the talent there is crazy.
Yeah.
When you say it motivates you to move better, is there a sense that you see it as like a challenge for you or just that you want to be all on a level of just greatness?
I guess a bit of both. I feel like iron sharpens iron, innit? So it's like, if you're around MCs that are the top of their craft, you're gonna want to improve your craft. And I feel like, yeah, it's definitely a piece of like friendly competition, I guess, where it's like, like even like getting on songs with certain people, you don't want to get on a song and have the weakest verse. So you're gonna come on if I'm doing a song with Sykes or a song with certain people, it's like I'm gonna come on and I'm gonna make sure I'm writing. You know what I mean? And I feel like they should feel the same when they get on a song with me. And I think that's really how competition and like that's how you push each other into levels of greatness. And
absolutely,
yeah, definitely.
With that,
yeah,
you mentioned on features, you're always trying to like up someone. 2 questions from this. Number 1, who's your dream feature? Oof. And it can be anywhere in the world. It doesn't have to be just UK royalty, but it can be anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Who's your dream feature? J. Cole?
Yeah, easy.
Second question.
Yeah.
You think you can outright J. Cole? Because if your mindset,
give me 5. Give me 5 years. Give me 5 years.
5 years?
I think I could on the right beat right now on a certain. If it was like if we wrote 5 songs, I feel like one of them I think I could definitely have a stronger verse. But yeah, give me like if maybe J. Cole's to jump on like a UK drill beat, like I could take a J. Cole.
Sure.
There's no way I'm taking J. Cole on a rap beat, like just a happy,
like a soulful rap beat. No,
it's just I can't. But he's also had a lot more experience than me.
Absolutely.
5 more years, I think yeah, I think I could. Yeah, I'm not to say that it would be like a landslide or at all. J. Cole, if you ever see this, it's like, yeah. But yeah, if I didn't think I could, yeah, I feel like you're supposed to think that you're the best rapper ever, and like if I had to get a song with Jay-Z, like I'm you know what I mean? I got to rap, like I got to think that my verse is better, otherwise I'm not putting on the song, you know?
Fair.
So yeah.
As mentioned, that rappers should always feel like they're at their best.
Yeah.
I want to know honestly and truthfully, what's your worst performance or writing that you think is your weakest?
My worst. What do you mean? In what sense?
Like in regards to like an aspect of your artistry now.
Yeah.
What's the weakest, and how are you planning to like improve on it? Because if you say you're weak at nothing, then we call J. Cole and we get it sorted.
No, that's a good question. I'm
asking this purely because, and don't be wrong, first episode, a lot of people aren't going to know this yet, but I'm going to ask every rapper this, because the one thing rappers don't like to do
is talk about their weakness.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think if you can say your weakness and you know that you're going to face your weakness, then maybe you're turning that around.
I think, boy, it's not even like an arrogant. It's not even arrogant. I think I think right now, what I'm working on in terms of like music wise isn't necessarily the music. I think I want to understand everything around the music. So I want to, you can be the best rapper. Like there is artists just as good as Jay-Z that will never, no one ever knows about. That's just in their bedroom, spitting, made 1,000 songs. But I feel like the reason why Jay-Z is Jay-Z is because he sold a million copies.
Absolutely,
a million times. And
the
it's like,
is crazy.
And and then you surround yourself with the right people to allow you to do that. So it's like Jay-Z isn't just Jay-Z. Jay-Z's got 10 people around him that make him Jay-Z. Same with J. Cole, same with Kendrick, same with everyone else. And I feel like for me right now, I wouldn't say it's the biggest weakness, but it's the thing that I'm working on is sustainability. How do I not just become the best artist I can be, but also be here in 20 years? And yeah, I guess that's what I'm. We'll see in 20 years.
That's a good answer. He was on a deadline and everything. Let's flip it. What's your strongest ability?
Oh damn! See, this is hard of a question. I think my strongest ability. I feel like I'm very good at peace, and I feel like you said, I do quite a lot of different things. So I think that I'm able to see things in kind of 3 dimensions when I'm in the studio. So it's like I might be writing a song, I'm thinking about how is this going to perform live, thinking what's the video going to be like, what's the marketing strategy going to be like, what's like, I think that's kind of like, it's not just lyrics for me. It's not just like a song. It's more than that. It's
You're
like
thinking of the whole beast.
Thinking of the whole, yeah.
It's crazy.
How is this going to be perceived?
So even when you're like just writing a verse in your head, you're thinking like, how would I perform this?
Not always. Certain songs, like I write for different reasons. If I'm just like sometimes I just write because I feel inspired to write, or I just need to get something off my chest, and then I don't even realize what I'm writing until it's there. But sometimes I'm writing a song and I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be that. So it's like, where's the wheel up bar gonna be? Or like, where am I gonna put this punchline? Or when am I gonna switch the flow in order to get the crowds like, yeah, I think I can write very analytically, or it's just like, but also it's passion. So sometimes I'm just writing,
So the strength you're claiming is the passion and the future proofing somehow mixed together.
Yeah, I guess. I guess it's like determination, man. I don't. Yeah, that's it.
Where do you think that drive comes from? Where do you think that determination? Because let's face it, not every person, but like, let's say that, 100% of probably this audience, but also just like a good majority of both UK youth and American youth at some point have wanted to be rappers. At some point tried to pen a bar. At some point tried to do a freestyle. Even if it's just like, in the car with their boys, even if it's just like whatever at home, everyone has always tried it. Where does that determination to keep going come from?
I feel like it's partly internal. I'd be lying if I said it was completely internal, but I feel like my biggest inspiration is probably my brother, my older brother. I spot bare bars if you dissect the lyrics, but it's like I saw him grind in a way that, like, he always had this mentality of like, I'm gonna make it happen no matter what. So it's like, however, like if I want something, I'm gonna get it, and it's just a matter of like, how do I get this thing? And I guess I applied that same logic with like, I want to wake up every morning and be able to make music for a living. So it's like, if that's my end goal, how do I work backwards to get that? And yeah, I think it's a mixture of that and not wanting to just be like, I never wanted to be normal, man. Like I on a real, like not even like on a like to everyone to watch me and to see me, but I just like, I remember I had work experience in year 10, and I went to the work experience, And after like day 3, I broke down. I was like,
bro, how bad was your work experience?
No, it wasn't like, and this is the thing, it wasn't even that bad, but I was sitting there, I was thinking, people do this for 40 years. I was like, I couldn't, like, I put, like, I was like, I'm gonna have to come here tomorrow and the day after. And I was like, I'm gonna do this for 5 days. Imagine doing this for 50 years. I was like, after that day, I think that was like a significant turning point in my life where I was like, I'm like, I don't know exactly what I want to do, but I'm not doing this.
Not this,
yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna lie, I had a moment when I went through work experience where I thought I was gonna get the best experience of my life.
Yeah.
Because they used to do a thing when I was in school. It was like, we got a list of places that have agreed to do work experience with the school. First come, first serve type thing.
Yeah.
And I was looking at this list, and similarly, I was looking at shit, and I was just like, I don't like any of this. I was seeing like dentist, accountant. I was like, and then it went all the way down, and the only like, I don't want to say creative thing, but like kind of is the only creative thing, was like a museum curator.
Okay.
And it was like looking at the artifacts and shit, and I was like, that could be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Signed up for that. 3 weeks later, they came back to me and they were like, oh yeah, turns out we didn't actually get that permission, so we're just gonna have to assign you what's left.
Send you to the dentist.
No, I wish I went to the dentist. They were like, here's the address, good luck. I went to this factory like outside of an area where I live. I went there and I was assembling like ceiling lights.
Oh wow!
Like tiny spotlights, and like the metal was cut in my hands. And I was just like,
oh snap!
I'm in this assembly
child labor.
Literally, I'm like next to like 40, 50 year olds, and they were just like, man, this is life, kid. And I'm just like, why am I here? I want to go home.
Yeah.
But no, I get it. You get in those instances, and there are recognitions of that. But yeah, the similar thing of like when you go through work experience, and you're saying you recognize that you don't want to do just the 9 to 5 grind. You want to enjoy what you do, essentially.
Yeah, man, 100%.
Is that always necessarily the case, you think, for... Because I would say, like, a lot of people who want to rap maybe want to have that dream. They have that dream of, like, maybe I don't work a normal job.
Yeah.
And the drive that you obviously claim to have that a lot of people may not, the way that pushes you, my question is, like you're saying, you're thinking 5, 10, 20 years in the future, you're hoping you're still here. At what point will you finally say like you've made it?
I made it now, man. I made it now. Like I can't. I wake up every morning and I make music, and that's what I want to do. So it's like, bruv, like this is a new mindset that I've actually trying to been encompassing more, because I've always been on the thing of like, because I've got such big dreams. Yeah. It's always been like, man, I'm not made it until I get here or until I get there. Until I get there.
Kept moving.
And it's like, yeah, exactly. And I realized like 5 years ago, if I told myself like, I'm here now. Like, we went up to Glasgow to do a show. I was like, and I'm doing it. I'm like, yeah, this is normal. But I'm like, bro, I just went to Glasgow to do a show. Like, and it's wild. I feel like, yeah, I think when you kind of lose track of where you're at because you're in it. But like I said, my goal is to wake up every morning and to make music. There's a lot more things I want to do, but this is it. Like, this is the dream. I'm here. I'm talking to you about something that I created in my bedroom. Like, and it's like, I've made it, man. This is it.
That's hella interesting, because when you think about, like, obviously it depends on how you see yourself in regards to your journey, but a lot of people are going to see themselves, say they're in the same position as you, will see themselves as up and coming rappers. They'll see themselves, like you said, that goalpost is going to like perpetually move for them. Yeah. So the fact that you've adopted a mindset where it's like, I get to do what I love now. Like, I don't know many people who would be able to do that, because it's a level of acceptance of like, okay, I'm great at this thing, I love doing it, I've made it, but then I still want to improve anyway. Yeah,
man. Yeah, just like I feel like I don't really know what making it is, man, because I don't see myself ever really stopping. Like, I couldn't imagine myself being like,
you're never gonna retire.
Like, no, I'll definitely retire, but like, I couldn't, even retirement, I couldn't imagine myself just doing nothing all day. Like, I'm gonna be doing this, like, even if I've always said, even if I don't release these songs, I'm gonna be making songs for the rest of my life, I feel like. So it's like this is what I do now. Like, this is what I want to do in 20 years. There's no difference. Like, I might have a bit more money, I might have a bit more experience, but it's like, I can wake up in the morning, get on my laptop, spit some bars on the beat. It's like,
it just feels good.
That's it. That's right, all I want to do, like, all day, like, you know. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with that.
That's a beautiful way to see it, honestly. We're coming to the end of this, but these next couple of questions, I promise they're less intrusive. It's more about really what you enjoy.
Yeah.
Aside from artistry, what is something that makes you happy? Like, if there's a moment where I don't get the sense that you're ever really tired of this, but if there was ever a sense of like you needed to find something for comfort, for relaxation,
definitely,
what is your go-to?
This is something I've been trying to do more recently because I think music is my career now, and because I love it and I'm passionate about it, it's hard to set boundaries in my life where it's like I could be working 12-hour days, 7 days, like, and it just fly by, and it's like then that's how you end up getting drained. But I'm trying to diversify a little bit. One thing I like cooking, you know, like cooking is fun. I like reading, like reading is cool. I've been adopting meditating, like I like nature, going for walks. Like I just man, life, like it's just different things. But
so you enjoy like a variety of relaxation. You just
man. I think it's important to just like find things that you enjoy in life and just like maximize doing that. So it's like the more things I can, you know, and the simple things as well. It's not even like what can I find in life that I enjoy that can't be taken away from me. And it's like, that's what I'm trying to maximize.
I get it. What is that the advice that you would give to yourself if you could talk to you starting out?
Probably. I'll tell myself, just enjoy what you do, and work hard. I wouldn't even tell myself to work hard. I'll probably tell myself to chill a little bit. I can't lie. Enjoy it. Just enjoy it, man. Enjoy the process, because at the end of the day, it's like we only have 8 years, maybe max.
God,
like,
all right, well,
it's like a deep time,
less. I healthy is fine.
But it's like, man. And if you don't enjoy it, you like you're saying, the goalpost always moves. You're spending all your time waiting to get to a place where you're happy or you're fulfilled, or it's like, just enjoy now. You're fulfilled now. You're like, and then every other day is just, you're just happy to have that, you know.
So what's the one question you want to ask yourself in like 5 years?
Nothing. Nothing, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'll see. I'll see it in 5 years. No, if I'm watching this in 5 years, I don't know about us. I don't think I'd want to like speak to myself
in the future.
Because I feel like that will mess me up a little bit. Like,
okay.
If I'm not where I want to be, or maybe I'm further than I want, I don't know.
You're gonna spite this moment.
I'm gonna be like, but it's calm. It's calm. It's calm.
Okay,
in 5 years, I want to look back at this and be like, I was living a good life. That's cool.
Don't worry, if you hit the downfall, you can blame me. It's fine. I'll be there before you anyway. What's your favorite food, bro?
Favorite food? Salmon, man. Salmon, bro. Salmon, bro. A salmon and rice. I will eat that every day. Baked salmon and rice. That's
shit, alright. I don't expect salmon to be someone's favorite food. I'll be real with you.
Salmon is banging.
Sounds good, but it's not like favorite food territory.
Nah, you haven't had the right salmon, man. You haven't. Listen, it's like, but to be fair, I was pescatarian for like 6 years. I was just eating fish, and then salmon. I found salmon. I was like,
found a love for it.
I could eat this.
To be fair, out of fish, salmon bangs. Like, we're just going just fish.
It's like all the other meats. Like,
but then when we introduce lamb, you don't like lamb?
I'll eat it, but I don't really like chewy meats and like.
You're having the wrong lamb. No, that's a type of way of cooking lamb. There are softer lambs. I'll be real, just because I'm Asian, like the way we cook shit, I'll be real, it's delicious. Spice is all I need. Alright, there's an island.
There's an island. Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. But I want you to limit it to one album, one movie, one book.
Oh, damn, that's a good question. One album. All right, I think, let me start with the book.
Leave album till last, because that's gonna be difficult.
Wait, what is it? One album,
one book, one movie.
One book, one movie. Yeah. Oh, snap.
I would say do book, movie, album. That's the level of difficulty.
I even know this is hard. Because I was like, the book is easy, but I was like, no, the book isn't even easy. I think, all right, maybe the book. There's a book that I found. I forgot who wrote it, but it's called Stillness is Key, and that might be one of the most influential books of my life. And I feel like on a desert island, like I don't need financial books or like I need something that's gonna keep me intact. Like so that might be the book. The movie. Oh damn! I don't even really watch film. Like, could it be a TV show instead?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Fucking movie, TV show.
If I had
at this point, they're like similar quality. So
true.
might as well.
If it was a TV show, like
one box set,
I could just have a box set. It'll probably be Breaking Bad. I think.
Really?
Yeah. I need to go rewatch that. I've watched that twice. But
have you watched Better Call Saul?
I want some of it. I need to. It's alright. It's just slower. It's slower. So,
it's hella slow.
Yeah. I need
As
to.
someone who finished it, it's hella slow.
I'm gonna rewatch Breaking Bad, then watch. Yeah.
I get you.
Album. This is hard. Yes. But I think we actually had this conversation when I first met you, and what I said was, I think what I said then was Drake. I said Drake, More Life. I think
I'm very aware, and I disagreed with you.
But I said because of like the variety of songs.
Yes,
there's so many different vibes on that album that it's like, But I think now, this is a bit of a cheat because it's two, but it's either gonna be J. Cole 2014 Forest Hill Drive, GOAT album, favorite album of all time, or West Side Boogie, Everything for Sale. That's one of my goats as well.
Both of those choices miles better than the More Life. First time meeting you're telling me a long mixtape. Like I'm trying to.
Yeah, man. If I'm, I mean, because it's got the ups and downs. It's, but I still stand by that decision. I can't lie.
Terrible decision. But the J. Cole album, you're right, absolutely good. But the West Side Boogie album, great choice. West Side Boogie, an artist I think doesn't get much show over here.
Doesn't. Shout out West Side Boogie.
So it's, before we end this off, three things. One, is there an underrated artist you think people should check out?
Damn, I don't like calling people underrated because it's like,
okay, let me change that. Is there someone who needs some shine or needs some attention?
There are people. I'm not gonna name one. I'm gonna name like.
Your name 50. Go. Hey, listen, we can have this run for another 20 minutes. Go for it.
Shakes, like we said, I mentioned him a couple times. Sick artist popping right now. Sykes, DCN, flipping Paradox. Who else? Little Trubs. I know he's not an artist, but he's there.
That's a bit harsh. You can be an artist.
No. He's the plug. He's the plug. But man. NSJ Mali, flipping. Boy, I know. When I sit down, there's gonna be better people.
And there's more. That's fine. But all of those people, defo got shit out. Yeah. Go stream their stuff. Go watch on YouTube. Do what you need to.
Yeah.
Before we go, one song. We're gonna play a song at the end of this, and probably the beginning of this.
Yeah.
Song of your own that you want people to listen to. Have you thought of it?
Yeah, I want Made It Freestyle. I feel like that kind of encompasses a lot of what we spoke about today.
That's no problem.
Yeah.
In which case, it's been great talking to you.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I just call you Rex. Sorry, I told you right.
Right. Rec is cool. It's cool. I'm still Rec.
It's been great talking to you, man.
Thank you, man.
Probably see you again on this at some point.
Hopefully.
We'll revisit it. 5 years. I'll see you 5 years.
5 years.
Or in 20 if you fail. It's all good.